Hey guys, this is Jules Giovingo, and this is my reflection for HE 468 for Mrs. Wack. I wanted to start with data-driven decision making. One of the biggest takeaways that I got from the data-driven decision making was the CDC website that we got to use. I thought that was really cool because it told you accurate information on the state, local, and national level when it pertained to the high schools. And I thought it was cool because it did real surveys on high school kids, if they drank, if they smoked, if they've been in violent situations in the past year, couple years. And I just thought it was cool because you got to see, it broke it down from the male versus female, the racial, and the poverty level, and just all kinds of different ways and trends. So you could use that for your future advocacy projects, or you could just use it if you were interested in it. I thought that was really cool. The whole school, whole community, whole child model, or the WSCC, pretty much gave you like the broad aspect of why maybe kids are unhealthy. And it would start with your actual health education that they have and PE classes, their nutritional environment, their health services, counseling, social, emotional climate that they're in, the physical environment they're in, employee wellness, and family engagement and community involvement. And I think those last two are the biggest things, because as a health teacher, a future health teacher, I'm going to do the best in my ability to get these kids to be healthy in the future. But I think it ultimately always starts from your family and from your community. Sexual health is a big topic that we went over this year, and it's such a big and controversial topic because it's not taught the same state by state, and even sometimes it's not taught the same state by county. I think it's very serious to take these topics very serious when you're teaching it, and let the kids know how serious of it issues that it is, such things such as sexual diseases. And a lot of kids are too embarrassed to talk to their trusted adults about things such as sex. And I think it's very important to be somebody that they can actually come and have a conversation with, or you could give them knowledge if they have questions on something, because they might be too embarrassed to actually speak up, so they're ready for those situations in the future. I think it's important to have quality sex ed, which is pretty much providing students the knowledge and skills to help them avoid all those harmful diseases and bad situations in the future. And I think it's very important because for you to be accurate and always appropriate for whatever level you're teaching. Suicide and prevention and mental health. This is another sensitive topic because it has been rising in the past years. Usually it's heard by men. Lonely men have been the ones that have committed the most suicide, but I thought it was a shocking when we were looking at it, especially when it pertained to like high school students, that the girls were doing it at a higher rate, or attempting to at a higher rate. So I think that's a very important issue that we're going to have to do some research on and dive into and try to fix in the future, because I just think overall no kid should ever have to feel that way, and we as teachers should always be giving them the right tools to be able to get out of situations like that. Substance abuse prevention, such things such as risk factors. So if they're young and they have aggressive behavior, lack of parental support, or poor social skills, community poverty, that's not always ways to tell, but that's good ways to kind of detect it early. It's very relevant to my state, West Virginia, because we are the #1 overdose rate in the country right now, and we are also the #1 tobacco use in the country. Me and my classmates did the Smart RxU program, which went over medicine, how to safely use prescription medicine. And I thought that was very important because college students, we are the ones that misuse that type of medicine the most and use it to study, and things such as like Adderall, we use to study, and it has very harmful effects on you in the future afterwards. Healthy relationships and bullying and hazing, I thought kind of went hand in hand with each other. And the biggest thing I took out of the healthy relationships that we went over was the FRIES, or freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and sober. And that's talking about consent in your relationships, consent in your friendships, just consent in any aspect. I think that's a good way to go about it. For bullying bullying's always been a problem, or at least since I've been alive, it's been a problem. And it's usually not wanted, and it's constant, and it's constantly harmful to the person, both mentally, physically, online, or just any other aspect of constant harmful behavior, picking on people, physically hurting people. Where hazing is usually an initiation to a group or a team. Not always, but that's usually how it is. And I just thought it was really important that we went over there's other ways to build teams and build clubs and communities other than abusing people and forcing them to drink or forcing them to do anything else, such as watch movie nights, just hanging out, and going to games, playing video games, and all kinds of other things that you could do. I just wanted to say thank you to Miss Wack for teaching me all this knowledge, and hopefully I get to help some kids in the future with any of these topics. Thank you.